Pleasant good morning to each and everyone. Ian McLean is a blind young man who believes that man's basic duty on earth is to help fellow men. This simple but powerful philosophy forms the grit and determination that makes up the metal of the man. A social worker by profession, Mr. McLean was awarded his Bachelor's of Science degree honors at the University of the West Indies in 2000. Additionally, he has completed certificate courses in the following: project writing and management for NGOs, the University of the West Indies, 2004, career development, Trust NTA, 2009, business development, Jamaica Business Development Center, 2011. Training for Trainers Management Institute for National Development, Mind, 2014. Certificate in Business Plan, Writing Jamaica Business Development Center, 2016. Damian has garnered a wealth of knowledge and experience throughout his working life. He was a consultant with Brick by Brick media production for over 5 years. While there, he specialized in the development of print and audio materials for public education and training programs geared towards social behaviors change. A Calabar alumnus, he has worked at the Ministry of Labor and Social Security Program of Advancement through Health and Education path for 11 years, where he has been instrumental in the development of various sensitization programs for persons with disabilities and other persons on the PATH program. In addition, he has been instrumental in the development and the implementation of the Steps to Work initiative, which is a training and grants program for persons currently benefiting from the PATH program. portfolio responsibilities covered enterprise and career development. Damian McLean is also stalwart in advocacy for the rights of persons with disabilities. He has served on the National Advisory Board for Persons with Disabilities. He is currently the chairman of the Board of Directors at Jamaica Society for the Blind. He has also worked closely with the Combined Disabilities Association to develop and implement social programs for persons with disabilities. He is an avid cricketer who co-founded the Jamaica Visually Impaired Cricket Association and the West Indies Cricket Council for the Blind, where he served as the first president. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take the time out to introduce, welcome, Mr. Damian McLean.
It's fine. Graduates, Madam Principal, Administrator, parents, students, specially invited guests, good morning. Let me first say thank you for that detailed introduction. It helped me to know more things about myself that I didn't realize that I have done. And it shows probably how old I'm becoming, but that too is a part of life. So my name is Damian McLean, and I will be your tour guide throughout this lovely graduation. This brings back a lot of memory. I remember some 20 odd years ago sitting on this stage and being a graduate, leaving the school for the blind. And it is one of the few times that I would have shed some tears while being at the school for the blind. Because when you think about missing your friends, missing the school, missing the house parents, the Salvation Army officers, the teachers, it kind of make you get a little teary-eyed, you know? So this is a special occasion in more ways than one. We have students who are going, or they are already in grade 7, having been successful at their PEP examinations. And we also have students who are looking to further their education or to go out in the world to have a different experience. And this is what makes graduations interesting because of the bittersweet feeling that comes with it. And it is important that as graduates, you make the best use of not just the ceremony, but the opportunities that come with graduating. So without further ado, shall we stand for our opening hymn? And our opening hymn is All Things Bright and Beautiful. This is a crowd favorite, I'm sure. Right? And I'm sure everybody would have been singing this from they were very tiny. So can you lead us off, please? Where's the lovely band?
Things bright and beautiful, all things wise and wonderful. The Lord God made them all. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, each little bird. He made their glowing colors, made their glowing colors. He made their tiny wings. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the Lord God. The purple-headed mountain, the river running by, the sunset and the morning that brightens up the sky, up the sky. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things bright and wonderful, the Lord God. The cold wind in the winter, cold wind, the pleasant summer sun, the ripe fruits in the garden. He made them everyone. He made them everyone. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures small, all things wise and wonderful. Oh, Lord God made them. He gave us eyes to see them and lips that we might tell. How great is God Almighty, who has made all things well. All things well, come on, all things bright, all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small.
Remain standing, please, as we invite the presence of the Lord in our midst. So we'll have prayer by Lieutenant Lamore, Moise Lamore. I hope I get these names right. Right. And followed by Louise Lamore, or Lamore. Followed by the scripture reading by Nikita Darby. Sure I got that one right.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we gather today under your care and protection. We ask for your guidance and wisdom. Help us to work together for your glory. As we meet together in this fashion, may your spirit take control every single thing we are going to do and say. Please, Lord, bless the student, the teachers, staff members, and bless every one of us who is here present. And I pray to you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
We can take our seats. So Nikita is a grade 6 student, and she will now deliver our scripture reading as we go through our devotional exercise.
Psalm 100. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye land. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before him present with singing. Know say the Lord is my God. And him make we. And how we make we self? We are in people, and the sheep are in pasture. Enter in our gate with thanksgiving, and into in courts with praise. Thank him and bless him, for the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endured to all generation. This is the last of God's word. Thanks be to God.
So, for the older one among us, the older ones among us, that is our scripture reading in Patois. After all, give her another round of applause. How you think? How you think me that sound if me do the rest of the program in a patois? I won't try it. I don't think I'd be so lucky. Or I don't think I'd sound as good either. So leave that to who can do it. Thank you very much, Nikita. So at this time, we welcome to the stage our principal, Mrs. Shereen Garden White. You hear me pause because no, you hear me pause because I know her from when she was Miss Garden. I know her from when she was slim. So all right, I know her from when she was slimmer.
All right, Mr. McLean. We have to forgive Mr. McLean for the name, because so many. Thompson, White, Garden. All right, Garden White now, though. All right. Good morning, honored guests, members of staff, parents, graduates, and students. It is an honor to be here as the acting principal, presenting the principal report for the academic year, September 2023 to July 2024. So my report is mainly divided according to the departments within the school. So The school started the academic year with a staff complement of 79 workers, which includes academic, administrative, ancillary, laundry, house parents, and caregivers. The student population was 113, of which 62 were boys and 51 were girls. So I go on to the senior department. So the student population in the senior department comprised of 39 students. All right, and we look at the examination results. In the CSEC examination, the students were entered for 7 subjects. I am pleased to announce that the school gained 100% pass in Principle of Business, Office Administration, Family Resource Management, and EDPM. Yes, that deserves a round of applause. Yeah, very good. Thanks to the teachers. No, I'm not finished yet. The top student got, which is the head girl, got 7 out of the 7 subjects. 4 ones and 3 twos. Aha. Now, still in the secondary department, as part of our continued effort to enhance our school environment, as well as to complement our academic drive, several projects were funded by the school, the Alumni Association, and other stakeholders over the period, which include planting of trees, providing seedlings to the farm, the tiling of the home economic lab, painting, additional appliances, kitchen sinks, and equipment, supply of chicken to the farming project. Now, the programs within the secondary department. The School for the Blind offers 4 major areas of specialization: agriculture, technology, business education, and home economics. That's 3, not true. For this year, we had our first batch of graduates completing the electronic document preparation management EDPM examination for CSEC and City and Guilds. And you know they did well, right? I just said they were part of the 100%. All right, and that's the first time they did it. Okay, good, good, good. All right, for farm now, throughout the year, a variety of vegetable crops were produced to include corn, cucumber, string beans, hot pepper, and pap chow. The students got the opportunity to engage in the marketing of the activities in the form of selling the products produced on the farm to members of staff. And that was an exciting day because I had my pocket empty that day there. I had to buy. All right? So we move on to the primary department. Now, the department had an enrollment of 52 students. Now, for seminars, teachers attended conferences and seminars to acquire knowledge and skills to improve their skills in the classroom. Now, they had like special education conferences and forums. They had trauma, recovery smarter, PEP workshops, capacity building sessions. So the teachers, they're upgrading themselves. All right, for the PEP examinations, teachers did their utmost best to prepare the grades 4 to 6 students to sit their examinations. Teachers encountered numerous challenges with students' attitude towards their studies, frequent absenteeism, and behaviors throughout the PEP period. Now, the grades 4 and 5 results are still pending, but for grade 6, 3 out of the 8 students were placed into different high schools, and the others were placed back here, where they will continue with their secondary education. Now, regards to conduct, disciplinary behaviors negatively impacted learning on a regular basis. Incentives and rewards were initiated to boost students' academic interests. Class sessions were sometimes disrupted due to students' inappropriate social behaviors, coupled with a constant disregard to adherence to school rules. Owing to this, one student was deboarded and another was suspended. So we have to work on the behavior of students. Currently, the school's handbook is under review. Parental support is essential to the students' academic and social skills. Teachers continue to encourage and motivate students. So the teachers continue, so the parents and others need to also motivate them, not only in their academic, but also in their social behavior. Now the teaching learning process. Teachers gave off their best in the teaching learning process. However, there's a great need for shadows and teachers' assistants to provide one-to-one teaching and practice to students who seemingly display signs and symptoms of autism spectrum disorders, multiple disabilities, and or specific learning disabilities. All right, we also had our competitions. All students participated in the school's internal literacy and numeracy competitions. Both events were a success. The remedial to grade 5 took part in phonics and spelling, while grade 6 to 11 engaged in speech competition. You also had the primary students show their creativity in wearing something math. So hats, ties, and t-shirts on math day, but not just the primary, the secondary, the staff too. I know I had my tie with my maths. All right, Braille course. 8 teachers initially participated in upgrading their Braille literary skills by attending Braille classes, and 4 teachers successfully completed the program. Donations. Corporate companies and schools, namely National Commercial Bank, Canopy Insurance, Digital Foundation, Jamaica Society for the Blind, the Old Students Association, Hillel Academic, and Immaculate Conception High School for Girls donated Braille machines, and I must stop here. Digital donated 100 Braille machines to the school. So we can't complain, 100. Yes, that was good. So they donated, apart from Braille machines, embossers, Braille papers, books, school supply, food, and clothing. All right, so thanks to all of those organizations who donated. The school, however, continues to be in much needed support from organizations to facilitate students' academic and social welfare. And I move on now to the integrated department. Now, the integrated department, the students, we have students that are mainstream into the regular high schools. All right? Remember, I said to you that 3 students were placed into regular high school, so we have students who are placed into regular high school, and our school provides a support system through the integrated program. So that's what the integrated program is all about. So 14 schools were supported by the department this academic year. A total of 17 students were served. And some of the highlights, we have the students not only doing well academically, but socially, co-curricular activities as well. You had the students who participated in youth discussion on the Environment United Nations in New York. Yes, you had a person who came 3rd in public speaking at the JCDC competition. You also had another student who participated in the All Together Sing, and the winning team, and he led the choir on gospel night and won trophy. Yes, man. Then you had JCD silver medal for poem. So those students are doing well in the integrated program. No. The counseling department now. The academic year began with the guidance counseling department embarking on a program that aimed to equip senior students with skill set on how to conduct themselves in formal setting. This program was fully sponsored by a past student and his wife. And the past student is right here. Where's the wife? Mr. Blake, who is going to be our guest speaker, eh? Yes. In addition, this program was extended to kitchen staff and house mothers in order that they would provide reinforcement for students in any occasion where such practice was needed. So you see me, because of this now, you see me there past the dining area and students eating. What I normally say to your students? Eat with a knife and fork. Because you did the program, so you know how to use a knife and fork. All right?
The department also rolled out a year-long program in collaboration with a psychologist and her associates that trained staff, students, and parents how to deal with trauma in both self and others. This program was a result of sponsorship from the U.S. Embassy. The department led the second annual celebration of the school's Founders Week activities. The week included a church service, celebration of high achievers, as well as a Founders Day ceremony that incorporated Parents' Day's activities. The department also capitalized on a call for proposal by the Grace Kennedy Foundation, which was successfully submitted and funding approved to the tune of 500,000 that's Jamaica dollar though, for hydroponic facility. This program will serve to improve, yeah, nice, yeah, good. This program will serve to improve the agriculture science curriculum delivery as well as enhance the school's feeding program. And for the first time in a decade, Career Expo returned to the Salvation Army School for the Blind. And this day resulted in students being exposed to different careers, with focus being placed on vocational and STEM areas, inclusive of robotics, auto mechanic, electrical engineering, among others. The career sensitization continued with the department partnering with the Radio Jamaica Communication Group to allow seven media enthusiastic students a comprehensive tour of both radio and television departments of the RJR Communication Group, where they were able to interact directly with radio personalities and presenters, as well as amenities and gadgets associated with broadcasting. Something big for them, eh? All right. The Guidance Counseling Department also partnered with the Old Students Association, the Kiwanis Club, in order to ensure that this year's Children's Day celebration was more enjoyable than it ever been. Sponsorship totaling just about 250,000 was sought and obtained and resulted in 4 different rides and attractions being available for the enjoyment of the Children's Day with full participation of all children. And some adults enjoyed themselves, took us out them on rides and so, but yes. So it was a good day. The partnership with the Institute of Jamaica was also completed, with the secondary department being afforded the opportunity to interact with artifacts associated with Jamaica heritage in the Touch Tour, a program specifically designed with populations such as ours in mind. So it's designed for persons with visual impairment or blindness. And we move on. The music department also did well with a gold medal, a bronze, and trophy from the JCDC. In addition, we had our excited sports day. Who won again? Oh, Bisco, no? Oh, Bisco. All right. We're still coming next year, Busha, not true? Yes, sir. And we had our Christmas concert as well, which is coming up shortly in December here. So all of you make sure you attend the Christmas concert. Okay? The school is extremely grateful to the members of staff, including the principal, who is now on vacation leave, enjoying himself here, who worked hard throughout the year. Their dedication and support have led to the great accomplishments of this school. Now, to the graduates, I wish you all the best. I am confident that success awaits in the outside world for all those who are going out there and your future endeavors. I encourage you to be lifelong learners. It doesn't stop here. Learning doesn't stop here at all. Whatever you do, throw your head, hearts, and hands into it. And as I always say, what? Hard work brings success. In closing, thanks to God for a good year. The school will continue to be guided by its mission statement of providing those educational, vocational, and social opportunities which will enable our students to develop a positive self-image, accepting themselves as persons with disabilities. Gain valuable knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes which will prepare them for life so that they may become well-rounded citizens who will, I know who will, take their rightful place in society. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give not only the principal, but the entire school a round of applause. I am hoping that this is being recorded because that report needs to be on YouTube and wherever else it can go, even outer space. Because the magnitude of work that is being covered here amidst the challenges demonstrates commitment of all who are on board. So give the school another round of applause. And I want to say a word. I want to talk to the parents for 1 minute. Probably not so long. I'm sure a lot of you, when the baby born and growing up, you realize that the sight problems have arisen and you wonder, what am I going to do? Or you wonder, what next? But today, you see what is next. When you look at the children here and their achievements, it shows you that life, when them say, we're not dead, no dash away. And the parents find somebody and encourage them, because your experience with what is happening at this school speaks volume to faith, to your faith in the success that you want for your child. And on a lighter note, I came to this school for 14 years, 1985 to 1999. Bisco never won yet. So, if they win this year, we can accept that. Bisco was only known for their belly. At this time, we're going to invite Major Mitchell, Sandra Mitchell, administrator of the school, to bring greetings.
Thank you so much, Mr. McLean. And thanks to the principal of the Salvation Army School for the Blind. And it is a collaboration between the Salvation Army and the Ministry of Education. And this collaboration have led us to where we are today. And we are so proud. Let us give ourselves a round of applause. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a pleasant good morning to you all. I am here to bring greetings, not a report. As school administrator of the Salvation Army School for the Blind, I have the honor and privilege to serve this wonderful and noble institution. I welcome each of our distinguished guests, board members, families, friends, staff, and especially our student here today. Aren't they looking lovely? Give them a round of applause. thank you for joining with us as we recognize the significant accomplishment of each member of the class of 2024. Thank you, parents and guardians, for your contribution to our partnership. Together, we have sought to assist our young people in achieving the best possible outcome from their school experience. Today, I see some very proud parents, friends, and teachers. We have made so many memories here. Some funny ones, a few sad ones, some stressful ones. But most of all, we have made some great ones. Every year, you have become a little bit more independent. I bet you still remember your first day here. It might have been exciting and a little intimidating too. But when you look at yourselves today, you realize how much you have grown up, how much you have learned, how much you have matured. I had some very great times here, especially at devotions, and we have an excellent band and an excellent choir. So anytime we come to devotions and they are on duty, I tell you, it's wonderful inside here. Student, it has been so encouraging to witness how much you have grown in confidence, faith, knowledge, and understanding during your last years. We hope that we have assisted you in laying the foundation for success as you continue your journey through life. We hope that this is just the beginning and that there is much more to come. You have been tested and you have responded with a drive for perseverance, self-determination. Some of you wanted some of you wanted to give up. There were times when I heard students say, Major, I want to go home. This is not the place for me. But you never did. You stick it out to the end, and that was great. Today, I want to tell you that the sky is the limit. And with God, you can do all things. I wish you the very best as you begin a new chapter in your life. And may God bless you on your journey.
Thank you very, very much for that, Major Mitchell. Give her another round of applause. What Major Mitchell is pointing out is so significant because as much as some of us are and were rebellious towards the Sunday morning church, because I have another memory. Always, this is where we did church on Sunday mornings, all when we don't want to go. In those times, and we had youth fellowship, and so the Salvation Army School for the Blind, the Salvation Army in the school always held us accountable to the Christian principles. And that is something that, as much as all of us did not or have not become Christians, it rub off. There are aspects of it that still apply to our lives, even today. And we must never forget that. And we have to big up the Salvation Army for that. So thanks again, Major Mitchell. All right, so at this time we're going to have the introduction of the guest speaker. And this will be done by Shamari Leslie, a grade 11 student. But just before Shamari comes, I want to share another fun fact. The guest speaker is my best friend. We've been friends for years, but we never ended up in the same house. He ended up in Bisco. So to be fair to him though, although he was always losing, you cannot consider him a loser. Yeah, you can't, but he was always losing and him always spearhead the cookouts too. So big up the guest speaker. Big up yourself, Mr. Blake. Let's give a round of applause for Honoree Leslie as she comes to introduce the guest speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty members, proud parents, and graduating class of 2024, a pleasant good morning. It is my distinct honor to introduce our distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Vivian Blake, a trailblazing advocate for educational empowerment and independence for persons with disabilities. Born in St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, Mr. Blake's academic journey began at the Salvation Army School for the Blind, where he laid the foundation for a remarkable career marked by excellence, resilience, and dedication. His outstanding achievements include leading his school to the semifinals of Inter-Prep Quiz and securing top honors in the parish finals of the Gleaners Spelling Bee. At Calabar High School, Mr. Blake continued to excel, achieving the highest grade in grade 7. He later graduated from the University of the West Indies with upper second-class honors in social work. Mr. Blake's tireless advocacy has transformed lives. As a pioneer in disability rights, he contributed to drafting Jamaica's National Disability Act. His work with the National Library secured flexible copyrights, providing audio access to printed materials for blind and visually impaired individuals. Throughout his career, Mr. Blake has held key roles, including administrative assistant at the University of the West Indies Special Student Services Office and guidance counselor at the Salvation Army School for the Blind. Currently, he serves in the Ministry of Education unit, championing educational empowerment nationwide. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Vivian Blake, a true champion of inclusivity and empowerment.
In it to win it. It's time. Is it time? It's time. Graduates, Mr. Master of Ceremony, distinguished guests, principal and staff members, parents, teachers, students, one and all, I greet you well. Please receive greetings from my colleagues in the Ministry of Education. All right, so the theme that I got, in it to win it. It's time. It's time. It's time. All right, so just sharing a few things on this theme. And the first thing I want to say is that, and this is something I am reinforcing that Mrs. Gordon White would have said earlier, winning. Winning, because today I'm going to focus on winning because we are all in it to win it. And I am also going to share a little bit of my journey because guess what? I am in it to win it. All right. So winning is a journey. Winning should not be seen as an end in itself. Winning is a journey. Winning should not be seen as an end in itself. When you are in it to win it, you should always have purpose. And this now is specifically for my graduates. That while we celebrate today and we reflect and we recount, winning is a journey. And we should always have purpose. We should always have goals. We should always have dreams. We should always have something to look forward to motivate us. So while we stop today and we reflect and we give thanks, we also should take the time to think about the next step. Where are we going? Where am I going? It's very important that we take moments to put that into perspective. Now, as someone who is in it to win it, and someone who knows that it is time, the Bible said today, if you hear his voice, harden not your heart. So it's time. I am going to share a little bit about my story because I just heard some very glowing things. I had to turn to Mrs. Gordon White and ask where people learn all of that, where people get all of that. I didn't even remember some of that. I didn't even remember some of those things. All right, so a little bit of my story. The obstacles, the lessons, and the triumph. And the first thing I'd want to underscore, all of us here, is that I came from very humble beginnings. I came from very humble beginnings. I know what it is, for example, to live in one room. I know what it is to use a pit latrine. I know what it is to carry water. I am from very humble beginnings. And I want to say, when you're from humble beginnings, and then certain other things compound the situation, because at the age of 2, after doing surgery, the little sight that my parents told me that I had was no more. But these early years, these earliest years, there were 2 things that stand out these 2 early years that I think have shaped my life to this day. One, I remember from the very tender age, I couldn't have been more than 3 or 4 years old, my mother instilling in me the knowledge of the Almighty. And Major Mitchell would have mentioned the role of the Salvation Army, echoed by our master of ceremony. One of the best things that happened to me in these early years was the faith that my mother instilled in me. The Bible tells us, Deuteronomy 6, teach it to your children and parents. I remember sharing this Mother's Day, that one of the best things you can do for your child is to instill in them this consciousness, this knowledge of the Almighty. One of the best things you can do for your child. Deuteronomy says we should teach it to them when we go, when you're lying down, when you get up, when you're walking on the road. Teach it to them. And so, my point, well, there are 2 points. One to the parents about, and those of us who have an opportunity to pour into the lives of children, to mold lives. Teach it to them. The second point that I think it is important for me to highlight and to emphasize is that it's not where we are from. It's not where we are from. It is not how we start. It is not even about the circumstances that we are experiencing now. It's not about that. Usain Bolt. Some consider Usain Bolt to be the greatest sprinter ever. Usain Bolt was not a good starter. Can you imagine if he was a good starter? So, while a good foundation is important, it is not about where we start. And I would have mentioned that these early years were characterized by my enrollment here at the School for the Blind. And by the way, and the master of ceremony may not like to hear me say this. But this month, September, I believe, whether it was September or October that I first came, it's 40 years. And I don't know if it is fate that in this month, when I might have first enrolled here, I am back in this capacity. But it is 40 years. And as Miss Leslie shared, indeed, my years here at the School for the Blind, I would have spent 16 years here, inclusive of being a part of the integrated program. And yes, indeed, there were educational accomplishments. There was the opportunity to learn Braille, which I am actually having my notes looking at. There was the introduction to technology, which I don't know what my life would have been. I don't know how I would function, for example, in the workplace without technology. This is where, the certain basics we would have been introduced to. Mobility, personal care and domestic skills, music, other extracurricular activities, sports. Mr. McLean spoke about sports. It is here at the School for the Blind. And as I continue to share about my faith, one of the greatest achievements here was having access to the Bible in Braille. Having access to the Bible in Braille. One of the very good things that happened whilst I was here. And while saying that, School for the Blind was not without challenges. School for the Blind was not without certain very testing situations. And I'm not even going to mention, any of those. I'm not focusing on those today because we are in it. It's time. But, there's a famous song back in time. Many young people might not know this. It says, no pain. And I'm going to add something to it today. No sacrifice, no success. no sacrifice. All right, adding that one to it today, no pain, no gain, no sacrifice, no success. So when I look back on my years here at School for the Blind, I consider those to be some of the years of the sacrifice. And parents, as Mr. McLean alluded to sometimes the challenges, I know some parents might have shed tears in having to part with their children. And maybe you still have some more tears to shed. Because as you consider your child going forward, you might again have to go through that experience. But remember these words today, that no pain, no gain, no sacrifice, no success. Probably my greatest accomplishment here at the School for the Blind is my decision to follow the Almighty. And I remember March 28, 2000, 24 years ago, March 28 next year will be 25 years. When I should have been in the library reading sociology and literature and studying for my A-level exams, I was saying yes. Yes to the Almighty. And I have not regretted one moment making that decision. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, on occasions like these, one of the things I have to try and get across to persons is that don't take these things for granted. When you are in it to win it, you have to make the most of opportunities. So these are things, we don't always like them, but don't take them for granted. And of course, as was mentioned, there are the post School for the Blind here. And I have captioned these years of my life more abundantly. And in this respect, there's a lot I could talk to you about. You know, the additional educational accomplishments, the employment opportunities. You know, I must say that I have had the opportunity to study many areas I have not finished all, but yes, I have ventured into many different areas into studying. Mrs. Gordon White would have shared about lifelong learning, graduates, students. Please, and we would have heard even Mr. McLean's introduction about the different certificates, etc. In this 21st century environment, this is something we have to embrace. Lifelong learning. So life more abundantly. When you are in it to win it, do not constrain yourself with each and every limit. And I'm going to repeat that. When you are in it to win it, do not constrain yourself with each and every limit. And I'm going to say, it is better to try and fail than not to try at all. And I would have just mentioned, I probably have at least studied in 5 or 6 different areas. There are some which I have not completed, of course. But I'm putting it to you today. It is better to try and fail than not to try at all. Do not let the fear of failure ever stop you from trying something that you really want to do. So as I would have mentioned, there have been the employment opportunities. I remember 2015, before I went off to the ministry. In 2015, when I went off to the ministry, that would have been my 3rd time resigning a job. And I remember sharing with my niece. I remember sharing this with my niece. That while she's struggling to find a job, I am resigning a job. In 2011, and some persons might remember this, but some persons might not remember, I received the Governor General's Award of Excellence. And I don't know if anybody, well, I believe most people here know Jade Morgan. All right. So when Jade came to me when I received the Governor General Award, and he said to me, Mr. Blake, what you do to get the award? And I said to him, I did nothing. I said to him, I did nothing. Receiving this award, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all who are in my hearing, was not because I did anything. It was rather a commitment to something called excellence. So it was not about what I did. It was about commitment to something called excellence. And today, if you don't remember anything else that I said, I want you to remember 2 things. Put your faith in the Almighty. Strive for excellence. And what do I mean when I say strive for excellence? It is summed up well in the Bible. It is summed up well in the Bible. Here's this passage of scripture that says, found in Ecclesiastes 9 verse 10. Whatever your hand finds to do it with your might. Whatever your hands find to do it with your might. This is a call to all of us to strive for excellence. I was blessed in these post-secondary years. I was sharing with Mr. McLean recently that he's one of the persons who would have impacted my life in this respect. Strive for excellence always. strive to be outstanding. Some of us, I heard a saying recently that some of us try to fit in when we should stand out. Some of us try to fit in when we should stand out. Strive for excellence. Now, in closing, I just want to leave just a few additional points. When you are in it to win it, I believe the following are also important. The winning mindset. You have to believe that you can win. You have to believe that you will win. Anything you start, you have to believe that you can win. And even when it's rough, you have to know that the darkest hour is often just before dawn. When you are in it to win it, you need a winning strategy. Winning does not happen by what we call buck-ups. You need a winning strategy. You need to know what end you are working towards. You need to have a goal. And you also need to know how you are going to achieve this goal. Is it something you need support with? What obstacles or distractions are you going to encounter? And how are you going to deal with those? And what other resources are important? You need to have a winning strategy. So if you're in it to win it today, and especially my graduates who may be thinking about transitioning elsewhere, you need to have right strategy. And finally, I would have touched on what I call the winning lifestyle. The lifestyle of excellence. The lifestyle of excellence. And I'm not going to go over it. So, if you are in it to win it, do not constrain yourself by each and every limit. Do not be afraid of failure. Strive for excellence. Do your best. Do your best in everything you do. And if you are in it to win it, do not embark on this journey without the Almighty. Put the Almighty first. And today, if you hear his voice, harden not your heart. Because if you are in it to win it, whatever time it is time. Thank you very much.
Why we stop clapping? I don't believe that there is anyone in this room that this message did not resonate with. As old as we are, as young as we are, as experienced as we are, as innocent as we are, I am sure this message resonated with all of us. Well said, Mr. Blake. On point. Graduates, I hope that you would have listened well and would have made mental notes of being in it to win it, and to make sure that you have the winning strategy to get yourself ahead in life. And of course, no matter how you perceive, no matter how you perceive the Almighty or our divine intervention, always make sure that the Lord is present in whatever you are doing. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Blake. And as I said, I really hope that this is being recorded. I really hope that it is out there, because these are things that we must sit down and listen to, reflect on, and make better of our lives. Okay, at this time, the school choir, to the start what they gave us was wonderful, wasn't it? Remember when they started? Yeah, I felt like all together sing, you know. So give it up for the school as they was in song at this time.
Please bow your head. Dear Lord and loving Savior, I thank you for today. Thank you for another privilege to be alive today. This morning, Lord, I bring these young graduates before you, O Lord. I'm asking you to keep your hands of protection upon them. I thank you for the experience. Thank you for how far you have brought them. We know that it was not an easy journey, but it was worth it. Thank you for your protection and guidance since day one. Today, they can testify that all the life you have been faithful. Lord, I'm asking you to please guide their steps in the days ahead as they embark on this new journey. Grant them wisdom to make wise decisions, O Lord, according to your will. May the road before them be paved with joyous opportunities that bring honor and glory to your name. Thank you for helping them through all the exams. Thank you for making them victorious. Lord, let the experiences and knowledge serve them well as they continue their journey. Continue to be their strength and companion as they move into the next chapter. Oh Lord, thank you for all the teachers that always there to be their guide, to train them, and to instruct them in the right way. Bless them, O Lord. Bless the principal, bless the vice principal, bless the sponsors, the administrator, and all the staff members. And also, Lord, bless the house parents, and also bless the parents, and bless the Salvation Army. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Beautiful prayer for the graduates from Captain Jocelyn Lamore. I hope I got that right. Thank you very much. And to the school choir, beautiful. It shows the prowess of the school. I mean, it's not only academics that's on show today, and we are truly grateful for that. I did a bit of choiring while I was here too, Yeah, didn't last long, but I did a bit. Okay, so at this time we are at the presentations of certificates to the graduates, and we'll invite Miss Blackwood and Mrs. Dobson to come forward as we undertake this part of the ceremony. And we are going to begin. Okay, so we're going to begin with grade 6, and graduates, as I call your name, please stand so that you can be acknowledged. Not only, well, the teachers know you, but I want the audience and the YouTube to know you too, okay? So we begin with Vanessa Earl. And these are guardians from grade 6 going into grade 7, either at this school or at outside school, high school. Next, we have Samaya Campbell. Ne- And Samaya, like you, I left grade 6 too, but I didn't get a graduation. True. I think I was among the first set. So how the graduation is being done now, where you graduate in grade 6 and then and the grade 11 graduate with you. I think my group was among the first to do it that way. But I didn't get a grade 6 graduation. I got a grade 11. So you're going with yourself, Samaya. Next we have Nikita Darby. And graduation is what all of us look forward to, especially for the parents, you know. So I hope all the parents are here today. And next we have, next we have Nikhil Harrison. With all these names, it's a good sign. It seems as if nobody is left back in grade 6. Oh, Nicole is now at, see, me and these names. Nikhil, get it right this time, is now attending Meadowbrook High School. For those who don't know the Meadowbrook uniform, that is what it looks like. Next we have Dijonay. Get that right, don't? Dijonay Farquharson. And remember, folks, all these students would have done well at their PEP exams. And they are now moving on to grade 7 all over the place. Next, we have Daniel Hilton. You don't lose the picture moment, please. It happens too far and in between. So let's take it while we get it. Next we have let's do that again. Michael Williams. So Michael seemed to be a favorite here. And next we have Jaquan Bailey. So to all of you grade 6 students, it's a new journey. No, and I'm being out of order. To all of you grade 7 students, you're on a new journey, and I look forward to coming to your next graduation. So now we move to the grade 11, our former grade 11 students. These students are now branching out to grade 12 or skill areas or going to the world of work. But whatever they do, they are in it to win it. And it is time, my brother. We begin with Brianna Levy. So that was Brianna, right? Congratulations, Brianna. Next we have Khadijah Davis. Picture, picture, picture. Picture. Like picture, you know. I don't like taking them, but I like when people are taken. Next up, we have, I believe this is the former head boy of the school, Brian Francis. Come on. Brian. Brian, with all of that, what's left for you to say is vote for me on Rising Stars. Only Rising Star, me see them round of applause there. Next we have, wait for it, Honoree Leslie. Ready? That means, if you go on for Brian and go on for Honoree, let me see how you're going to go on now. Next we have, with 4 ones, 3 twos, former head girl, Sashana Brown. Talk about in it to win it. It's time. 4 ones, 3 twos, all 7 subjects attempted. Give her another round of applause. And just in case you didn't hear, she's the former head girl. Okay. Next, we have the Sashana of another variety, Sashana Burrell. So she is not here today, but I'm sure wherever she is, she heard the round of applause. I'm very sure of that. Give it up again for Sashana Burrell. Wait for it. Rohan Nelson. Okay, and let's acknowledge, he's not here, but let's acknowledge Kimroy Parchment. And to round out the list of special people today, we give it up for Janalee Cole. Let's give a round of applause to Miss Blackwood and Mrs. Dobson for a job well done. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so we keep it moving with the awards and gifts. This was my favorite part back in the days because I was always coming first, second, or third. Worse when I end up in a class with Mr. Blake, I stop coming first. But I was still in the running, you know? Yeah. So at this time, we now move to the Student of the Year. The Student of the Year award is being presented by the Old Students Association, and this award is awarded to the exceptional student, the standout student for the year. And to make this presentation, we have with us the chairperson of the Old Students Association, Mrs. Sashana McLean, who will be making this presentation. I don't know who the student of the year is, and I don't think you know either.
Okay. I'm just seeing this, by the way. So don't be thinking I was privy to any information. I just take it out of the box and take it out of the plastic. Okay? And our student, give me something now, Mr. Prince. Come on, man. Excitement. Yes. And our Student of the Year award for 2024, the plaque says, Student of the Year Award 2024, presented to Janelle Palmer. Come, Janelle. So, come. She excited. Make sure calm down. Breathe. Count to 10. All right, count to 5. We don't have the time. 1, 4, 5. Your time is up. What do you want to say? Thank you. All right. So, in addition to the gifts being presented by the Old Students Association, she's also been presented with a plaque. It says School for the Blind, United to Bring Out the Best, Student of the Year Award 2024, presented to Janelle Palmer. You want me to hold on to this for you? Oh, she's emotional. Let me hug you up. Good job. Can you hold both of them? All right. Somebody, Jade, where are you? Come and help her. She need a moment. Play something to Mr. Prince. It's an emotional moment for her. She worked hard, This student is the top of her class. And she has been the top of her class for quite a number of years. One of my longest serving altars on the choir as well. Had her from grade infants on the choir. Good job, Janelle. All right. That's emotions, Oh. All right. And I guess we move on to Teacher of the Year.
So, take it on, Mr. Music, please. Check, check. So I guess if we have the Student of the Year, naturally, we should have the Teacher of the Year, right? Is Ashley Isaacs in the house? Oh, she present, man. Well,
All right.
That's beautiful. So the Teacher of the Year award is presented to the very outstanding teacher who would have been, I hope, decided by their colleagues to be the Teacher of the Year. I don't know who it is. I don't think you know who it is either. But now is the time for reveal.
And as was said before, I just take it out of the box. I just take off the plastic. I never knew anything about this, but it seemed like it's going to be an emotional day. Because if I know anything about this teacher, if I know anything, tears might fall. It says, Teacher of the Year Award 2024, presented to Tiffany White. Very good. Good job, Miss White. And we love to give a little history about the awardees. She's dressed in black, all black. For those who can't see, and our red shoes are stand out, so I love it. But if I can say anything, Miss White has been with us. Music, take it down a little bit. Miss White has been with us as a teacher's aide for a number of years before moving on to Teachers College to receive her teacher's degree. Should I start crying? Oh, that's good. That's good. But she's an emotional one as well. Good job, Miss White. Congratulations to you. All
right, take it down. Take it down, Mr. Music. Big up Miss White. Yeah, big up Miss White all the while, big up Miss White. Miss Isaacs is the current president of the PTA. We have to big her up too. And to show your progress, I stand corrected on this one, but I don't think there was a PTA back in our days. So it shows you progress, We just had parents. I don't recall it, but hey. Next we move to the Principal's Award. And we invite Mrs. White to come to the stage to make this presentation. And the Principal Award is being awarded to somebody who is outstanding and who stands for excellence. As usual, I don't know his who, you don't know his who, and now is the time for the grand reveal.
And I just found out his who, don't it? Of course. Okay, let's move it along. Principals Awards 2024. The plaque says, presented to Mr. Carl Moore. And as always, let's just talk about them now. Would them be, don't it? No, we said before that Miss White matriculated from teacher's aide or assistant teacher to a teacher. Mr. Moore was a student here at Salvation Army School for the Blind. I don't want to tell no more backstory. All right, if you want to know the rest of it, you talk to Mr. Moore. However, from Salvation Army School for the Blind, he was working in the kitchen at one point for quite a number of years before moving on to the classroom, where he has been an assistant teacher in the home economics department. No further development. Mr. Moore is now pursuing his degree in special education at the Micro Institution. So we're so proud, not just of our students today, but proud of our teachers as well. Because they must step up in their life, don't it? Yes, man, we like it.
Hold on. Under pressure him, sir. Take your award and be emotional if you want, yeah.
Yeah, don't it?
Give it up for Mr. Moore. You see, graduates, I want to pause a little bit because you see, Mr. Moore's story is a powerful story. It's not done yet, you know, but it's a powerful story. The guest speaker spoke earlier about is not where you start, but is where you end up. And me only hear the story when him start in the kitchen. Me don't know what going before that. But clearly, he has started in the kitchen, but you see where he is going. And that is how you have to live your lives, graduates. That is how you have to live your life. Clap me, man. If you want, yeah, clap me. I don't understand you, you know. You clap everybody else and then you half clap me because I heard the clap, you know, like somebody want to clap me and then they, you know. Let's move to the volunteer awards. Mrs. I have to be careful with this name too, you know. I might say Golden Morris when I must say Golden Hilton. So let's welcome to the stage Mrs. Golden Hilton, who will be making this award. So the volunteer of the year is made to an outstanding volunteer whom I suppose is a part of the integrated program. No, that's a program I associate her with. But it may be beyond the integrated program. It may be a volunteer that comes and who would have had an impact. I don't know is who. You don't know is who. Now is the time.
I may just find out who.
And yeah, Mrs. Lee just find out who. Now is
Okay.
the time for the grand reveal.
Volunteer of the Year 2024. The plaque says, presented to Chanel Carey. For the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. All right, Chanel, up on the stage. On the top of the nice.
I just want to say, this young lady, she started to volunteer with us from high school when she was at Arden High School, and she continued until she's now at University of Technology, and she's always, not only is she an outstanding volunteer, she also gets other persons to volunteer. So big up Chanel, and thank you so much.
I like it. Next award goes to Damian McLean. I knew you all were waiting for it. Okay, so now we get into the administrators awards, and these awards, Major Mitchell, can you make your way to the stage, please? These awards will be for staff members, members of the ancillary staff, the house parenting staff, I guess it's staff other than the academic side of things. So I will now hand over to Major Mitchell, who will handle these awards.
Thank you, Mr. McLean. And it is an initiative of the administrator to provide these awards because we recognize that everybody at Salvation Army School for the Blind is important. When a worker is not here, we miss that worker because that person's spot is vacant for the day and it causes problems sometimes. So we have decided that we are going to show some appreciation for our staff members. And today we are not just going to award individuals, but we are going to award teams. We are putting the emphasis on teamwork here at the Salvation Army School for the Blind. And so I want to start today. I'm going to ask Mr. Lamour to assist me at the back here. And today we have two persons from the territorial headquarters and from the school board with us, and they will be helping us to present these awards. And we have none other than Lieutenant Colonel Oral Morris. I'm going to ask to stand, sir. And Lieutenant Colonel Pauline King. Could you please stand for me, please? They are going to be helping me today as I present these awards. So, are you ready? Are you ready? I am ready. So this year, we did some voting. Children did some voting as well. And the house parent for the year 2023 to the year 2024 is none other. And let me tell you something about this person before she comes. Very hardworking, very committed, very dedicated. This person is none other than Miss Ruthlyn Bryan. Come, Miss Bryan, come. Come on, give it up for Miss Ruthlyn Bryan. And let me tell you something about Miss Bryan. She just got her degree in community. Come on, give it up to Miss Bryan. Hard-working house parent. All right. So we're moving along. Now, this year, every year, I have given to somebody, and I've had observed them throughout the entire year. And it is called Administrators Award. The most improved worker and the Administrator Award goes to none other than Miss Janet Walker. Please put your hands together. And I have watched her over the years. And let me tell you something, she's very good with the boys. Do you agree, young men? Yes. All right, so we're going to go to the dorms and we're going to do some teamwork now. And the department of the year. Let me tell you about this department. This department wakes me up every morning because they are the first on the property. They are here from even 5:30 in the morning. And I am so impressed with this department. This department is, can you guess which department is it? Huh? This goes to the cleaning department. Miss Altia, please come. We are trying to improve our dorms and what goes on in our dorms. And so we have decided to give an award to the best kept dorm. And that dorm is, who do you think it is? Which dorm do you think it is? Huh? Of course it is. It is the boys' dorm. Every time I step in those doors, it is always well kept. I'm going to ask the representative, Miss Janet, you work at the boys' side. Could you come and collect it on behalf of the boys' dorm? And finally, today, just months ago, Ministry of Health visited our kitchen and they said to us, Major, you are doing well here. The kitchen staff is doing well. And I must applaud them. I want to give a special award to the kitchen, and it is called cleanliness. You ever hear an award like that? Cleanliness, because they have kept the kitchen in such an immaculate way that the inspector herself had to applaud them. So I see, who is that? Miss Ivan at the box. I'm going to ask Mr. to come. Thank you very much.
What? Give it up for all the team, everybody on the team. Again, I think this is another first for me, and I have to commend highly the administrator for this initiative because I don't recall having this back in the day either. So again, it shows marked improvement in terms of showing appreciation to all the team. When you look at the graduating class, you're seeing the end product of the work that everybody here has put in. And it is equally important that these persons are recognized. So give it up again for this wonderful initiative by Major Mitchell. Okay, at this time we are going to have the grade 6 awards. Somebody said what? These awards are for outstanding PEP students, and to make these presentations in the areas of science, social studies, language arts, mathematics, mental ability. As much can them do a grade 6? Let's welcome the grade 6 teacher, Miss Getfield, and Colonel Edward Lyons, who will be making these presentations. And Colonel Lyons is the chairman of the board of directors at the School for the Blind.
Okay, our PEP awards based on the categories of top boy, top student for math, language, science, social studies, and mental ability. All right? Okay, our award for top boy goes to none other than Michael Williams. Okay, our top girl goes to Nickel Harrison. Okay, for science, we have Michael Williams. For social studies, Dejanay Parkinson. For the area of language arts, who do you think it is? Who? It is Michael Williams. Okay, for the area of mental ability, we have Nikita Darby. Okay, and our final area is mathematics. Who do you think this is? Huh? Okay, and the award goes to, is it Samoya? Is it Nickel? Is it Mikhail? Is it Dejeuner? Is it Daniel? Who does it goes to? Mikhail Williams. Okay, and that's the end of our awards for the PEP awardees. Give them a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Miss Getfield, and congratulations to all our awardees. And we look forward to you continuing to get awards at grade 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, university, and so on and so forth. Thank you very much, Colonel Lyons, for... Oh, he's not here. Morris. Colonel Morris, pick up yourself. That's what happened when I don't wear my glasses. So forgive me. Okay? At this time, we'll take a musical item from a recorder group consisting of Alteria Bent, Janelle Cole, Cathriel Johnson. Give it up for them, please. Take it down, take it down, take it down, down. Give them another round of applause. And I discovered that I was not made for music when they tried to teach me to play the recorder. That was the day I discovered that. So, to those who play it, kudos to them. Big them up. Give them another round of applause. Well done. So, we're just getting warm. At this time, we're going to take the valedictorian's address, and this will be done by the former head boy and the head girl, Brian Francis and Sashana Brown.
Turn it down a little, please.
Distinguished guests, members.
Turn them down, please.
Distinguished guests, members of staff, boys and girls, loving families, and fellow graduates, good afternoon to you all. Today is a day for reflection and celebration. It represents the end of our rigorous years of efforts, patience, and commitment. I am really grateful to be the valedictorian of this outstanding class of 2024, and I've asked my fellow graduate, Brian Francis, to join me, and here we stand for you. A journey of growth and learning. The time machine started rolling in 2019 with several trend-setting events such as S.A.S.B, which we would have been doing for the first time, taking students returning to this school in September 2019 to pursue their secondary education. On Tuesday, September 3, 2019, several wannabe Calabar, Campion, Huy, and Meadowbrook students donned the Salvation Army uniform, sitting in front of Mrs. Dobson with the long faces and, and no memory of how hard and confusing the PEP exam that were being done for the first time had been. As the time machine rolled on, it did not take long for these wannabe students, including myself, to remember why we love our school. March 2020 rolled around, and we were ready for the final term of the school year when the Ministry of Education announced the closing of all schools because COVID did hit. Our educational journey seemed uncertain, and this uncertainty saw us going online for the 2021 academic year with our return to face-to-face classes in January 2022. Return, but return with what? We had missed out on a lot of content due to technological challenges, and the remainder of the 2020 school year saw us struggle to get back on a rhythm in school. Man, that was a huge adjustment.
Good, good afternoon, all. My name is Brian Francis, and I had been coming from another school and arrived at this noble institution in March 2022. 45 people in one class, you know? Let me start over. Good afternoon, all. My name is Brian Francis, and I had been coming from another school and arrived at this noble institution in March 2022. 45 people in one class, you know?
That's half of our school population.
Not to mention the lunch line. That my friend who wear a real Queen's uniform is telling me it's like fighting to get a coaster bus and finally getting to the front of the line. Might be a reminder that the dining hall lunch that we ran from tastes way better than the $1,000 we had to pay to buy a box lunch with one piece of meat and a couple grains of rice. Thank God for the kitchen staff.
The individual attention that our classes size have afforded has helped us to realize the advantage we have in fulfilling our potential here. Every one of us came with our own goals and came with our own goals and desire along with a thirst for information. I realize how much we have grown and learned at this institution. There were challenges that we faced. These may be financial challenges, where parents snuck their children into the dorms after 4 because they knew the bursar would be gone by then and they would not be there to catch it.
A change in environment where I left a traditional high school for a special school with children with disabilities where I didn't know how to interact with them. But as time passed, it became natural. Procrastination, because some of us spend too much time on TikTok, Instagram, not studying. Brown, for example, while others fell asleep in class, causing Miss Carr to be furious at us.
We were all guilty of doing that, Brian.
But we overcame these challenges with the help of many wonderful people. Now we can confidently say that we have grown in ways we never thought possible.
In addition to developing intellectually through time, we have also matured personally, creating memorable experiences and endless friends. We now understand the worth of teamwork, the resilience it possesses, and strength it perceives.
The sixth grade students all had their journey, many coming from infants, while a few joined throughout the year. Some will go on to other schools, while others will remain here. But the struggles were no less challenging. Nikita tried Miss Getfield over and over again with her patois. Abigail liked to have her own way. Nickel and Mikkel had the daily challenge of people mixing up their names. Daniel sweet and lanky, Dejane sweet and spicy, with Samaya quiet and reserved. Jaquan coming out of his shell and moving away from his former self into a gentleman. All of them tried their best in the PEP exams.
Gratitude is a must. Gratitude for our support.
We would not be here today without the unwavering support of so many. To our families, to our families who have been our steadfast pillars of strength. Thank you for your endless love and encouragement. To our teachers, we salute you all for pushing many, many times from behind. We knew we weren't the easiest to handle, but you all found a way to get us to work. senior teachers who gave us the lectures. We will remember you for years to come. Miss Getfield, we know many times and many days you never felt like coming to school because the students are a handful. But you came anyway, and for that, we appreciate you. We would like to extend a big thank you to all the auxiliary staff of our noble institution. You made sure we were fed, clothed, and our environment rivaled and exceeded many traditional institutions. Thank you for being our parents away from home, and we are quite sure we'll not get such excellent treatment again. To our friends who have shared in our failures and triumphs, thank you and thank you for your camaraderie and support. Thank you and congratulations to us all, class of 2024. What the time is? The time is
No.
Teamwork make the dream work. I've never seen it done like this before, but it worked. Give them another round of applause, gentle folks, as once again they embark on a new chapter in life. You know, and to think that this is the generation that would have experienced COVID while in school, yet they would have, their grades are showing success. And for that, they deserve every plaudit there is in the world. At this time, we will now have a song. We're getting there, we're winding down. We will now have a song by the graduates. Give it up for the lovely graduates. Come better than that, man. We know it's close to lunchtime, but these are the graduates, so give it up for them, man.
expose my thoughts. Man, me no know how me survive. The pillar know the weight of the burden me carrying every night on my mind.
Life not always fun. I've been there before. But if I fight to fight, I need 1,000 books to write. Yeah, I've been there before. Everything I go alright. Remember the darkest part of the night. It's just before. Don't let them break me down. I know that there's a place for us. We are warriors. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna stand the blood and I'll drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. Look at me, here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared from defeat. I'm in no apologies. Sharpest words wanna cut me down. Gonna send the flood, now we drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Check, check, check. Yeah. You see it? You see how y'all didn't want to clap? You see how beautiful that was? Give them another round of applause, man. Beautiful. So, all this time being mesmerized by them, I'm trying to work out who is the choir and who are the graduates. Well done. You don't know the difference because of the standard that they are operating at. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I want to invite to the stage Mr. Blake. And while he comes, I want to just share with you that we have a running joke, you see, as to who came to the school first. That's what he was speaking to earlier. So when I came to the school, he wasn't here. That was 1985. So when we see him now, when him find out, him come back late. I came January 85, and him probably come back. Oh, he came back, right. He came back in January, but it was a couple of days late. Right. And him here said, new boy, come and my new boy link up. And so the running joke is that me come school before him. But him said, no, him come from September 84. And me said, but no, when me come school, me never see you. So to this day, we haven't resolved that. Him said, me still not see him. So to this day, we still not resolve that. Anyway, to present a token of appreciation to the guest speaker, we want to invite Miss Vanessa Earl to make this presentation to Mr. Blake. She's going to speak.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Blake, on behalf of all of us, we want to express our gratitude to you for coming and imparting your knowledge on to us. Mr. Blake, we thank you.
I don't know, must say this, that when she was learning her lines, we couldn't get her to remember. So Janelle came up with this brilliant idea, because we're doing it on the phone, we couldn't get it. Janelle came up with a brilliant idea to put it to rhythm. And can I tell you that she learned it? She has never forgotten it. So we had to play the rhythm today to help her to remember. Good job, Vanessa. And we're going to ask Mr. Rohan Nelson to come as he'll be doing the presentation of the gift to the chairperson. Rohan?
Good afternoon, everyone. So, my name is Rohan Nelson, and I want to say that on behalf of the graduation class of 2024, we also want to extend our thanks to Mr. McLean for chairing our program today. We want to say thank you, and I appreciate you cheering for all our programs, and we appreciate all the teachers and students. Understand? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. God in night. God in night.
All right. Clap it loud. It's a day when people forget everything they're supposed to say. Don't worry about it. All right. Uh-huh. He's in front of you. All right, the next one is yeah. All right. All right. Good job, Rohan. Like I always say, anything will happen, mother say, a blind school. Yeah? Had an unfortunate accident this week. I'm just tell them it's a blind school. Them say, so you never see it. I'm about a blind school. We're gonna have a closing remarks now before we move into our national anthem.
You know, if I got this gift earlier, I would have been gone. So it was worth waiting for. I don't know what's in it, but I can tell you it's heavy. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Give the staff, teachers, ancillary, house mother, everybody a round of applause for a job well done. Big up the guest speaker who come from Bisco. After all that nice, they were the losers for 14 years. But Mr. Blake is not a loser. Let us stay with the message. The message he gave us today is that we are in it to win it. And the last part go? It is time. No time like the present. So big up the guest speaker. Thank you very much, sir. Give him a round of applause, man. To our fabulous graduates and their families, you have outdone yourselves. You are to stand proud today. Stand up. Let them see you. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up. Don't jump off of the stage. Just stand up. Give them a round of applause. They have made themselves proud and they have made us proud today. You may take your seats. Oh, all right. Stay standing. We're closing out. Stay standing. The final word from me, folks, is that, and this is specifically to the graduates because it is their day today. Always remember that the guest speaker spoke of strategy. And one strategy to stay in it, to win it, is to be prepared. When opportunities come a calling, make sure you can do the talking or the walking. When opportunity meets education, you get success. And when I say education, I don't mean only academic. If it's a skill, it's a skill. Because if they have a contract to build a hotel and they want some plumbers, but you don't have the skill of a plumber, that opportunity is going to pass you. So when opportunity meets education or skill, it brings you success. And that is one strategy I want to leave with you, graduates, today. Make sure that when your opportunity comes, you are ready to seize it. Mr. Blake did it. I did it. There are many graduates in our presence who would have done it. You are not different. You too should go ahead and do it. Remember, you are in it to win it, and it is always time. Always time. Shall we stand for the singing of the national anthem by the school choir? All right, ladies and gentlemen, shall we remain standing while the graduate party leaves the auditorium? After that, then we can take our leave.
Graduates, to the left of the hall, or rather, what is it now? If I'm standing on the stage to the left, closer to the window, snacks and juice are over there for you, graduates only. So you can go to that area before you run off, okay? Remember, I have your certificates as well. So you will need to collect those. I'm coming to the table. Safe journey home, everyone. And thank you for coming.